Hey guys, this is P.M.R.Bonez88, and today for my next superhero movie review, Watchmen. Now, this movie was directed by Zack Snyder, and unfortunately, I've been hearing like mixed reviews of this movie, that some people loved it, some people hated it, and despite of what the mixture was going on, and to be honest with you, I'm one of these people who like this movie, and it was really enjoying, and of course with all the actions and the superhero and graphic male violence scenes and sexual going on, and but I did enjoy it. And however, with this movie and this film, it was really long. It was practically like almost 3-hour movie. So Watchmen was also based off the graphic novel and was written by Alan Moore. And the graphic novel, I should tell you that it's really more of a adult graphic novel superhero, and it was based on DC Comics as well. But with the movie and the graphic novel, they used the graphic novels and tried to bring them to the live action superhero, so that really surprised me. And so the movie starts out with the comedian's death, and all these superheroes trying to come back together and trying to investigate like who is killing all these heroes, like who is like behind all this. Mostly who's really just a true superhero and trying to investigate is Rorschach. Rorschach was my favorite character, and he does remind me Dark Knight Batman version of himself. Mostly the two superheroes are Rorschach and Dr. Manhattan. Those two, they remind me of a Batman and Superman hero going head to head and trying to work as a team. Because of Rorschach, he's more of a superhero rebel Dark Knight detective, and for Dr. Manhattan, he's a immortal, indestructible hero who cannot die and cannot be killed. Storyline is a little confusing, really confusing, but when it starts picking up the pace and when they talk about their origins and present time and then to their past life, going back and forth is really exhausts my eyes. I can't even like stand like seeing all the background story of it too much. But the only two superheroes that had really good storyline and a good origin background story were once again Rorschach and Dr. Manhattan. The least of it was the comedian. His background story wasn't too bad, but we only see him just only in the past and only in the present time, just in the beginning of this movie, and throughout the whole movie he's really dead. So it's actually take place in the late 80s. You see, with all these the fighting scenes and action scenes, and including with the emotions, like slowing down emotions, it's really great, and it's really good. It's really good having great visual effects, and including with all the explosive sequence, that's really awesome as well. But what really disappointed me is just with the sex scene between Laurie and Dr. Manhattan, and then she goes with the Night Owl after that. Night Owl, he however reminds me of Robin, a little bit of Robin, not too much, just a little bit, because he's really kind of a little goody two-shoes superhero and really wants to try to make this world a better place. That's what he says. But throughout the movie, after when they like save the people from a firing building, both him and Laura, they somehow, and excuse my language, sorry to say this, but they simply have a sex pity at each other. And also another disturbing scene with Dr. Manhattan, he's always naked. He's always naked throughout the whole movie. He doesn't have he doesn't wear any pants or anything to cover his junk. He is always naked, and it's really hard to concentrate on him and then just not look anything else. And not gonna say it just to. Sometimes I always wanted to like cover my face or my eyes, and it's like really disturbing. I couldn't even take it. I mean, there are some scenes he does have Speedo, his Speedo suit, and sometimes he wears his suit something for the funeral scene or an interview. But throughout the whole movie, he's completely naked. He may be power and immortal, but he's a blue naked hero. But out of all this, doesn't really have a good, okay story plot, and with all these superheroes combining and trying to figure who's behind all this. But it's fine if with the twist and the plot, and including with the cliffhanging at the end of this movie, that we'll think, oh my god, there might be a sequel to Watchmen, or maybe a prequel. I hear there was a prequel, like talking about each and every superhero origin stories. Some fans really enjoyed the movie and the graphic novels, but some fans prefer the graphic novel than the movie, or some fans do like this movie than the graphic novel. But for me, and this is just my opinion, and those of you may not like my answer or may like my answer, but I prefer the movie than the graphic novels. It's just my opinion, so those of you may agree or disagree with my answer. But it's my opinion, and I do enjoy this movie, just to tell you all the truth. And just to rate this movie, I would have to give it a 74 out of 100. It's really enjoyable and great action superhero movie. Practically with the story, and the storyline is really confusing, and it might just be simply not really understand to what's going on and what's happening. But the origins are not too bad, some of them, and like I said, my two superheroes my favorites are Rorschach and Dr. Manhattan. And I do have this movie on Blu-ray and DVD. Next week or the following week, for my next superhero movie review that I'll be talking about is X-Men. And this is P.M.R.Bonez88 signing off. His saying is, peace!